The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
Hey everybody, it's Renee with CSB for you and me, and today we are at Step 1 Recovery talking to Nikki. Hey Nikki, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, Renee. How are you?
Good. So I'm really excited to be here because, as I shared earlier, this is probably a program that I know the least amount, and a lot of my viewers know that I can just ramble about whatever show, whatever program we're on, and so today I'm going to do more listening, hopefully, because I want to learn about Step 1. So tell me, where are we at right now? What is this room?
This is our largest group room where we have groups from 9 to 2, Monday through Friday, and we do like leisure skill groups. We do art therapy. We have communication skill groups, just social skills. We do, role plays and things like that, and this is the big one, the big room.
That sounds like fun. Okay, and so one thing I learned really quick too is Step 1 Recovery loves and connects with Rise Up.
Rise up!
Rise up!
You got to say it. Y'all have to say it together. Rise up.
Rise up!
Okay. So now that we've got that together, Step 1 Recovery, the individuals within your program do participate within the Rise Up program.
Yes, we go over there on Tuesdays once a week. They love the art, so they go over there and they paint, and they bring things back here and they talk about it. But they just love being around others. They love the atmosphere of Rise Up and
In a clean environment. Yeah. Did they do this?
Yes, we kind of all, we got to change it. It's getting fall, so we're going to have to put some leaves on there.
Yeah, it's cute.
But that was, in recovery, we start out as kind of like caterpillars, and then we're in a cocoon, and then we come out as butterflies. In our addiction, we are, or can I say we?
Yeah.
They are like they are the caterpillars, and then when they're in recovery, they become butterflies because they change. They learn about themselves, and what they want to be. They want to be something better than what they were.
Right. Well, I think even if you're not in recovery, everybody wants to be better
Yes.
than what they are. Everybody strives to be a better person, a stronger person, a smarter person, a more well-respected person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even if you're not used to recovery or if you're not in recovery, I think you can relate on that part. We want to be better as people. So Nikki, can you tell me how you got started in this field, how you found this job, and how long you've worked here?
Well, funny story. I had been an administrative assistant office manager for 9 years. And
For CSB?
No.
Okay.
For another company.
Okay, I'm following you now.
And I wanted to go back to school. So I thought, okay, I'm an office manager. Let's do business. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'm going to get my associate's degree in business.
That's smart.
So I did that, and when I was taking one of the classes, which happened to be psychology, I kind of fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. And then after I got my associate's degree, I was like, I really hate business. I was like, I don't want to be in business like this anymore. So I was talking to a friend, and she said, Nikki, you could be a counselor. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea. Mm-hmm. So I changed my major to psychology, and I am actually in recovery myself. Okay. I am a person in long-term recovery, and what that means for me is I have not used alcohol or drugs in 16 years.
Wow, praise the Lord.
So that kind of started my journey, and I kind of went from, I left that job, had no idea that there was any other job prospects out there. A month later, had been talking to Tina, and she was like, well, we got this client support worker at Abundant Life. You know, we'll get you in the door. So I got the job, and from the beginning, I came here. I was supposed to be at ABL, but somebody was out here, so I had to fill in. And
You've never left.
I did.
Okay.
I did, but it was for only 6 months. But in that 6 months, it was growth. It was, I learned things that had I still been here, I probably wouldn't have understood about recovery. So I went on to get my bachelor's degree in psychology with an emphasis in addiction, an emphasis in substance abuse. And then I went on to get my master's in psychology as an addiction specialist.
Wow, impressive.
So I went from being an office manager to being a supervisor in 6 years.
That's very impressive.
I am also a master addiction counselor.
Let me stop you for a minute and back up, because I try to explain in every episode a certified peer specialist, or those who are in recovery, and how they connect to being able to, once you are in recovery for, I think it's 2 years at least, then you're able to work with the Community Service Board of Middle Georgia to give back to those, to help those. And that is a very strong strength. That is a very strong part of CSB in Middle Georgia, is that we try to help those in recovery of any form of recovery, even mental health,
That's
even
right.
DD services, development disabilities, any kind of recovery. There's recovery everywhere. So if you have life or lived experiences, we need your help. If you've been there and you've done that, then Nikki's a great example of how you can overcome your own struggles and challenges, and you can give back to the community, give back to others that are going through the same thing you are. Now, the other thing I wanted to say before we keep going is ABL is Abundant Life. Abundant Life. And that is hopefully that is next week's episode. So we're going to learn what Abundant Life is. It's a residential program for females, and those females who are needing to get the substance abuse attention they need in a residential area, and with their children.
That's
and
right.
if you don't have your children, we can try to help you get your children back.
That's correct.
Because recovery is real and it's possible. And it's, man, every time I talk about Abundant Life, I get like chill bumps because it's such a cool concept. And I don't think I've ever heard of a program similar to it, ever. There might be something out there, but to me, it was the first time that I'd heard about it. So I want to make sure, tune in next week. We're going to talk about Abundant Life and their program. But let's get back to Step 1 Recovery with Nikki. Actually, let's take a break. We'll be right back after these messages and learn more about Step 1 Recovery.
Dublin Ford Lincoln is honored to call many wonderful people our friends. Bubba and Jan East are some of those friends.
I wanted to take my time, and when you put that kind of money into a vehicle, I wanted to get what I wanted. I didn't want any outside influences, and I felt like they allowed me to do that. I took my time and found what I wanted, and then they helped me get what I liked.
Others call you customers, we call you friends. That's Dublin Ford Lincoln.
All right, everybody, we're back talking with Nikki about Step 1 Recovery and the services that the Community Service Board of Middle Georgia provides in our community. Can you tell us where we're located? Where's your Step 1 Recovery Center?
We are at 600 North Jefferson Street in Dublin, Georgia, at the red light by Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, that's how I recognized and remembered. Okay, so now you know where we're located. Let's talk about how to get started if you want to join in on Step 1 Recovery. The first thing my mind goes to is open access, right?
They would need to go through open access, which is Building 1, what we call it. It's the building, the main building, the main
2121A Bellevue.
Yeah, Bellevue Avenue. And you would do your intake, and then they would refer you over to us. You would go ahead and have all your lab work and everything done at Building 1, and then you would come to step one.
So you can go into Build 1 and say, hey, I need to get started. I want to be part of Step 1 recovery. And we were laughing during the commercial break, lightly, but it's a serious thing. I asked, without understanding, do you have to be clean? Do you have to be drug-free to be part of the program? And your answer was?
If they were drug-free, then they wouldn't need us.
So that's true. So those who are struggling with substance abuse, if you're struggling with substance abuse, don't be intimidated about the fact that you can't stop for a little while just to start getting help. Don't worry about that. Just come in to get started.
I mean, and even if they have been clean for a while, you know, the thing that I love most about this program is it's not about teaching people how to necessarily be drug-free. It's teaching people how to live life on life's terms. It's teaching people how to deal with their emotions, how to deal with other people. So that's just part of it. You know, that's, you know, one reason why people use is because they can't, they can't
have interpersonal skills.
Yes, they don't have interpersonal skills. They don't have leisure skills. They're not able to cope with a lot of life situations, and that's what we teach here. And I wanted to mention, we do have the day classes here.
Right.
But another extension of Step 1 is we have a night group that's Monday and Wednesday nights from 6 to 9 at Building 4, which is our child and adolescent building.
So for those who want the services or want to be part of a group of individuals who are learning to live life, and you have a job, maybe you can participate in the night stuff. Is that
That's
what
right.
it's for?
That's correct.
Okay, so make sure when you go to Open Access that you tell them, maybe I can't come during the day, but I do want to join in on the groups at night.
That's right.
That's a good idea. So we offer day and night stuff here.
Yeah, we try to be open, you know,
Accessible
whenever
or-
accessible to
yeah.
the community. Yeah.
I think that is very beneficial. So don't let it intimidate you. Don't say, well, I can't carry a job and do this. 'Cause you might work nights and could come to the day stuff or vice versa. So there are ways, if you want help, there are ways that we can help you live a drug-free life with Nikki in Step 1.
And another thing is people get intimidated because they say, oh, it's a Monday through Friday, 9 to 2, I got to work type deal. But, you know, treatment plans are an individual basis. Treatment is individualized. So we're trying to be more accessible in that way too, basing their treatment on their needs and not saying, oh, you've got to be here 5 days a week. If we feel like they only need to be here 3 days a week, you know, or we work with a lot of people who work overnight and they have to come here during the day, you know, so we're really flexible and we really do try to work with people.
I think that is important. Maybe it's a part of being intimidated to ask for help is to think you have to fit this cookie cutter. You take this plan or you don't. We don't help you. But Community Service Board and Step 1 Recovery does not work that way. So we meet you where you're at. We work at the pace that you're able to work at to be a better person.
Because everybody's different, you know, so they're going to need different treatment options and treatment modalities.
I think it's a really nice program, and I hope that Dublin, our viewers, are aware of the service of this service, because a lot of times people say, I want help and I don't know where to start and I don't know where to turn and I'm just doomed, but you're not. There's people here who are living, walking testaments that recovery is real.
That's right. I'm not trying to give anything away, but we do have a lot of recovery in this building as far as staff.
I think that's beautiful, and I love that concept. It's part of my favorite part of working for CSB in Middle Georgia is the idea, the fact that the lived experience is a beautiful story, and it shows that people are brave. It's brave for you to come on our show and say, I have lived experience. But you are proof. People need to see proof that recovery is real. She's got education. She's a director. If she can do it, you can do it. And I guess that's what you teach people is come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
One of the things that we teach them is to have goals. That's important. You know, but to
confidence building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence.
And you said something about resumes, so you do help build
we do help with
resumes.
resumes. We
find
have
jobs.
self-esteem groups. We have some, anger management groups. We do trauma groups. We do group therapy here as well, not just psychoeducational groups, but we do group therapy.
Well, I hope we can get a tour of the building, see a little bit of what it looks like, so that our viewers will be more comfortable to when their first day comes, if they're able to join, to know what to expect, what the building looks like. So let's walk through the building. That they need to come in the front door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the parking lot's in the back.
Yes.
Okay, so I just learned all this myself. The parking's in the back, and you come in the front door, and you have a really pretty front lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have this great, what do you call this, the big room?
The big room. That's
the
what
big
we call
room. Okay, so tell me, what's down this hall right here?
We have some office rooms, and then we have another smaller group room.
Okay, so sometimes you have stuff going on in here, and then you'll have stuff.
Well,
in
we
this one.
separate the groups. Like we have a men's group and a women's group.
Okay, so that's good to know.
So for women who are women who don't want it, sometimes they don't feel comfortable sharing with the guys. So
I understand that.
And guys, sometimes they don't feel comfortable sharing with the women. So we kind of separate it.
Different topics might be a little bit more touchy.
There, a lot of the topics are gender specific.
Yeah. Okay, so what's on this side of the building?
More offices, and then we have our lab, which we use for drug screening because we don't have a nurse here anymore.
Okay, so y'all do drug screenings
We
here.
do.
Is that a requirement if you're part of the program that you're
Yes,
screened?
we try to do drug screens at least twice a week randomly.
Okay, so I guess because I'm not part of the program, I think that's beautiful because if you're in recovery and you're trying to live a drug-free life, it's part of accountability. It's not a mean thing. You're not trying to get them in trouble or turn them in or that kind of thing, but you're just trying to keep them accountable. Right?
And it's funny you should say that because a lot of people, when they get to the end, a lot of people are scared to leave because they're like, I know I'm not gonna have that drug screen anymore, and I'm not gonna be accountable, and they get scared.
Yeah. And so when you say when they get to the end and they're going to leave, so there's a time frame that you're part of the program?
Well, usually we try to base it on, their drug screens, their attendance, their participation, their growth. Normally here it's about 3.5 to 4 months.
That's good. And then you have a graduation ceremony?
We do.
Oh,
we do.
I was being silly, but
We do.
yeah, that's neat.
Uh-huh.
And all their family comes and everything?
Well, we don't do family because of the other people's anonymity and things like that. But we do take pictures, and we allow them to take pictures. We usually, when we have our family night, which is a whole bunch of us in recovery, we get together at one building, and they bring their families. That's when we bring in the families.
Okay, I'm going to stop you because I think that's important too. A lot of what happens here is confidential and respectful to the fact that maybe you don't want your loved ones to know that you're in the program. That's
right.
That's fair to say. That is fair. I mean, so we are considerate on who knows your story and who knows that you're in recovery and who knows the services that you're receiving. But there are family nights.
Yes, we do have family nights once a quarter.
Yeah, that's neat. I'm just overwhelmed because I think it's a beautiful thing. People in recovery don't necessarily choose this life. So, I mean, it's, to me, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs to learn to be a better person. And if this is an area that you or a loved one may need some support in, it's here in our community. So stay tuned. Wait after these messages, and we'll be back to learn more about the Step 1 recovery.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
We are back with CSB for you and me, speaking today about Step 1 Recovery. The Step 1 Recovery Center here, what's our address here?
600 North Jefferson Street.
And you get started with our Step 1 Recovery Program by going to Building 1 at our CSB of Middle Georgia, behind the VA, 2121A, Bellevue Road. And ask them, say you want to start some recovery programs with Step 1 Recovery Center. And I asked Nikki again, because we like to talk a lot during our commercial breaks, something specific that she wishes the community could know, and this is her answer.
Well, you know, people don't come in the door sometimes because of the stigma of addiction. But I just, you know, I encourage people to reach out to others, not only others in recovery, but other people, because you know, this is a family type disease, and you know, it has a cycle, and you know, I want people to know that they don't have to live that way, and they can break that cycle. And we're here, you know, we're here Monday through Friday. Where the doors are open from usually 8 to 4, but you know, our groups are only 9 to 2. But you know, I just want you to be aware that this could be, you know, your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, and you want them to be able to get the help that they need. And that's what we do. That's what we do every single day. And you know, without, you know, well, it's just, you know, I feel blessed because it gives me a chance to pay it forward. It gives me a chance to give back what was given to me. And if I wasn't able to do this type of work, I don't know where I would be in my recovery.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, again, if you've watched my episodes, you know that community service boards take the uninsured or the underinsured. So do not let money be an issue. You go to Building 1, you ask to be part of the Step 1 recovery, go through the paperwork, get your labs done, and get started. And every day is a new day and a fresh start.
That's right.
And we are here to serve you and to help you in your recovery so you can be successful and learn the life skills you need. Thank you for watching CSB for you and me, and I'll see you later.